Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome over here to the second sign-ups video of the Dascar Phillips Cup Series Season 8. We are here for another sign-ups video, so previous sign-ups video was only for the people who had a reserve spot. This one is for everyone, so if you, for everybody who didn't watch the first video, out of words. First off, I would say look at the update video. In the update video, I posted just before, well, I think around 2.5 weeks ago, I posted the schedule. So if you're interested in that, take a look at it. Also, common deadline when the common deadline is, I've put it also in there. People who have reserve spots, but that doesn't really matter anymore. This sign-ups is open for everyone. So just if you have a reserve spot, of course, you can still sign up. If you don't have a reserve spot, you can sign up now. So, one thing I do want to say is that still, and this is, to be honest, I was a little bit, mad about this, but still, after I've been saying it for months, after I've posted it in the update video, after I posted it on Facebook, after I said it in the damn video and the description, still some people get it in their minds to sign themselves up in a reserve spot sign-ups when they don't have a reserve spot. I mean, like, how difficult is it? It says sign up for the reserve spots only, and you sign up while you don't have a reserve spot. That's, to be honest, absolutely, really, to be honest, it is really stupid. So, next time I was thinking about making a rule that next time, if it is for reserve spots only and you sign up not having a reserve spot, you will not get in the series anyways. So, for now, it's still fine. So, I will not name I will not say any names, but people who have signed up while they don't have a reserve spot, you can sign up still, but you must sign up now because, well, of course, it's not registered. It was only for the reserve spot. So, I will just go through the field in a couple of moments. So, open for everyone, 3 cars per user. So, if you had a reserve spot for 1 or 2 drivers and you want to sign up a 3rd driver, that is possible. So, 3, as long as you have maximum 3 cars, and well, I will of course keep track of it. So, I think a couple of guys signed up now, 1 driver, and others 2. If you want to, you can sign up a 3rd driver. That's that's possible. Please, once again, I said also in this previous video, pretty much everything is now gonna be the same. Concerning customs and stuff, and well, so if you already have seen the reserve spots video, you can now pretty much skip to when I show you cars, or you can just you probably have seen the cars already. So nothing has changed concerning cars that are open, so that's fine. Just sign up a car you would like to have. Do keep in mind, please sign up in this video. The other one is closed, so otherwise it will get really confusing for me, so please don't comment on the other video. It's closed, it's over and done. Please, on this video. Thank you. So, for everybody, please name your nationality of your driver if it is not American. I really like to know that, because for some cars it of course matters. Like for the 37, and well, you will get that I will get to that in a few moments if you haven't seen it already. And for me, it's just fun to know. So please name the nationality of your driver. From now, so for everyone, it is not allowed to make a custom. So if you want to say I want to have a custom, not allowed unless, but that will come in a few moments. So no customs. I'll just mention it now. Unless you pick a car, for example, you pick the number 2 car, and you say like, well, this is only 1 scheme, I want to have a 2nd scheme, then you can make a custom, but it must be the same number and the same manufacturer. So if you really want to have another paint scheme, you have to make it yourself. I will not paint anymore. I'm pretty much done painting. There was only one exception. And I will come to that in a few moments, but I will not paint anymore. So if you want to have a custom, you have to paint it yourself, or ask someone else, of course, but it has to be with the same number and the same manufacturer. You cannot sign up a new or a number that isn't there. A new number, a new just your own car. Pick one car, please. No other cars. So if you see a car on nnracing.com, don't sign that one up. Don't send it to me. I will not allow it because I want to have only manufacturers which are made by me or Joseph. So all the manufacturers you see over here are either made by me or Joseph Onesto. I only want to have those manufacturers. Of course, cars, I only want to have cars from either, well, it doesn't really matter if you say like somebody from outer space or something, say, well, can you make this custom, then of course I will allow it, but it has to be with one of my templates, I would say in that case. So also, please keep the PSD file, or if you use Paint.net, keep the PDN file. Send it to me, either send it to me or keep it somewhere secure, because you might need it in the future. If you want to switch manufacturers, I can easily do that, but I must have the PSD or PDN file. Also, if I also said it in everything I now say, also said in the reserve spot video. Also, I like to make. Sometimes I make changes throughout the season on a template. For example, I did it last season a lot of times. This season will be less. But for example, there's a new Camaro. Maybe I'm going to make that in the near future, and then everybody who drives a Camaro must switch to that new template. I can do that, of course. That's no problem. You don't have to switch everything, so don't worry about that. But I must have the PSD or the PDN file, otherwise I cannot do it. I cannot work with the TGA file. So please either keep the PSD or PDN or send it to me so I can keep it secured somewhere. So once again, no more changes to the cars. I've changed 2 cars. Unless it's your own car, of course, then you can still change some things. So if it is your own custom, you can adjust it whenever you like. That's no problem. You can change manufacturers throughout the season. After a common deadline, there will be time for me to do some manufacturer changes, so you can do that, but only twice a season. So I will keep track of that. You can only switch 2 times, so if you have already switched 2 times, you cannot switch manufacturer anymore. I don't think that's really gonna happen. That has not happened before. So leftover cars. For example, you have the number 2 Maserati over here, the Momo Maserati, and there's also a 117 GoPro Maserati. If, for instance, somebody takes the 2 and nobody takes the 117, I can say, okay, let's make that 117, let's make that number 2 car, so that the person who took the 2 Momo car can have both. So then that person will have both paint schemes, both Maserati number 2s. It is not certain if I'm gonna do that with everyone. Partly because, for most cars there are like 3 cars per manufacturer, or 1. I think mostly 3. And then of course, if 2 of them are taken, only 1 can have that left over, and that's really I would say the reserve spots come first then, and after that the others. Well, unless it is something different, and if you have made your own custom, then I will not add them. So, for example, John, Cittadino, Joseph, Onesto, Josh and Michaels, they've all made their own custom cars. So I'm not gonna add a car to them, to one of their cars. I'm not gonna do that. So, that was pretty much it, and I did it in 10 minutes approximately. That's 9.5 minutes. That's pretty decent. It took me 45 minutes the last time, so I'm gonna do it a lot more quick this time. So brace yourselves. Here we go with the paint schemes. If you still have any questions, let me know. And if you still don't understand things, I think everything is now clear. Nothing has changed a lot since the reserve spots So everything I said over there is also here, except for, of course, the customs and the reserve spots. So everybody pay attention. We got the number 2 Momo Maserati is open. The number 4 Haas Hyundai also open. And if you take this car, you will have another car, which is this one. So the golden version, gold and black. Both are open. Then we got the number 5 car. This car is not open, except for when you're Saya Asumi or when Eric and Rage decides to sign up one of his other team members. So this car, all the risers are for Eric and Rage. Only he can sign up one of his drivers for this car, and nobody else. So everybody else consider this car is not open, though it's not yet taken. So don't get me wrong. Number 6 car is open, the Hankook Audi. We got the number 8 car. This car is taken by Haruka Takita, and she has a second paint scheme right here, the Xenoblade Chronicles Nissan GTR. Then we got the number 9 car. This car is now taken by Diana Vazquez, new driver. So that means also for Makoto Iguchi that her car is not available anymore. So if Makoto wants to have a car in the Philips Cup Series, she has to choose a different car. No customs, just different car. So yeah, then we move to blank car, the O1 car of Inge Lamboliana. This car is taken. The O2 car of Prudence Littlejohn also taken. Gypsum, Chevy, and another paint scheme. Still like the scheme. It's pretty colorful, so like the scheme, John. Great job. I'm wondering how you did these dots. If you could tell me, I would like to know that, because I have tried it. I've had an idea with a car, and I like doing it like this, and I did not know how to. So, John, if you would be so kind to tell me, well, probably you don't hear this. So, well, I would like to know. I'm very interested. Otherwise, I will ask him myself. 04 car taken by Joshua Michaels, the Toonami paint scheme, and here is the Pennzoil Subway Nissan GTR taken. The 06 car, Kris Wascher. This is a new car. This is one of the 2 cars I changed. I switched it from a Mercedes to Infiniti. So here is now Infiniti. And of course, it was an obvious choice. I mean, Red Bull Infiniti, Formula 1. Okay. What I changed, I took away the line which was over the hood, the top, and the rear decklet. For some reason, I hated it. I added 2 Red Bull logos on the front. I added the Infiniti logo on the rear decklet, and I added the purplish shade. And I had the idea of making an outline on that. I'm not gonna do it. So, well, maybe I am. So I'm not 100% sure. Maybe there's gonna be a white outline around the purplish on the rear decklet, but I will not assure it because I don't know. And I do like this car a lot. So Chris, tell me if you like this car like it is now, or if you do want me to put its white outline around the purple. But this is Kris Wascher's car, so not available. The 07 car is open, the UPS Lexus. Then we got the 11 car, also new paint schemes for Beth Senese. And something that really struck me is that pretty much this paint scheme and Joseph Nesso's paint scheme are absolutely similar. I'm not sure if that is supposed to be, but I'm guessing that it is. So Joseph, if it is not, you can still change this, of course. For me, it's not a problem. I think it was supposed to be like this. So 3 top-notch design cars, and this is with the new logo. So top-notch design, of course, fantastic website. Actually, I still get most of my numbers from there. So if you see custom car made by me, I think most of these numbers which are on these cars are all made by Joseph Nesto or his crew. So, fantastic race. It's a fantastic site. It's pretty much similar like Mass Graphics, of course, a little bit scaled down maybe, but still, there's a lot of great stuff. So check it out, topnotchdesigns.weebly.com, I think it is. Well, Google it, I would say. topnotchdesign62.weebly.com, I think it was. And there's another paint scheme for Beth Senese. Number 13 car is still open, the Creative Ford, and also number 15 character Ford is still open. We got the number 16, the Jägermeister BMW, of course. This is, well, pretty historical paint scheme. Still like it, but not very popular. So, well, seems like I'm the only one. Although, I would say Jay Barker, maybe. Not sure if he's even watching, so he drove the Jägermeister car in the Martini Endurance Series, so open it is. The number 17 is not open. Here is Nicole Trojanowicz, as announced. She is back behind the wheel of the number 17 Falcon Tire Mazda. This is your champion from last season, and back behind the wheel of this car. Looking very well. I'm really looking forward to what she can do in this car behind the wheel. Number 18 car, Anna Gregg. One of her paint schemes. She's also in this car, so not available. And there is her second paint scheme, also as announced. These cars are for her. Then we got the number 21 car. This car is open, the IKEA Polestar Volvo. And there's another IKEA Volvo. It's right here, reverse paint scheme, but a different number, so both are separate cars. This car is also open still. Number 23 car is also still open, the SP Tools Volkswagen Passat. I really like this scheme still. I love this paint scheme, but also with this template on there with the Volkswagen parts. It's open, so I would say go get it. Number 24 car of Giancarlo Robles is not open. And the number 27 car of Jaime Pintor is not open. The number 28 car is now for James Shelly, who's going to make his debut in the Dascar Phillips Cup Series. So really looking forward to what he can do. Of course, Christmas Royals winner of 2014. Really looking forward to what he can do. He has been in a couple of series, but not as a full-time driver in a big series. So now James Shelly is back behind the wheel of 28 DHL Audi. The 30 car is also taken by Lene van Dijk in the number 30 car, of course. She's gonna race full time, so number 32 car is open. So the Tide Toyota is still open. Of course, also historical paint scheme, retro paint scheme. The number 33 car is taken by Leia Walker, so this car is not available. We got the number 37 car, and this is one of the cars which I had a story, of course. S&P Racing is a Russian team, so as they would like to have a Russian driver. Of course, everybody is allowed to sign up for this car. They said, well, we would like to have, well, at least it's better to have a driver than to have no driver at all. So, but they would prefer to have a Russian driver. So if somebody has a Russian driver in their crew, I would say get that person in this car. But if you want, like, say, well, I'm not Russian, but I still would like to drive this car, that is also, of course, possible. This car is open for everyone, but Russian drivers are preferred. 39 car, the Acer Akira is open. It is? Yes, it is. Then we got the number 41 car of Jeffery Finguy, who was not particularly happy that he could not make a custom. Jeffery, maybe later in the season, I would say. I would say maybe later in the season you can switch and take the 92 car and get a custom. But for now he will take the number 41 Target Dodge. Then we get the number 43 car, the FedEx Express Freight Ground and Office Subaru, taken by Betty Johnson. So this car is not available. Then the number 44 car, this car is taken by two drivers, Noortje Smits and Damien Spaander. They're going to share. And of course it is allowed to have more drivers, but just 3 cars, I would say. 3 cars per user. If you decide to have 2 drivers share 1 car, keep in mind that they will have to split the points. So, well, becoming a champion is absolutely not possible if both drive the half of the races. Or you could maybe say, well, one drives the sprint race, one the main race. That's of course possible, but they will get separate points, so not together. Only if a driver is out due to injury, then you can have a replacement driver, which will get points for the driver which is being replaced. But that's only for 2 races. No, 2 events I said. So 2 events, which is either 3 or 4 races, you can have a replacement driver and still get the points for your main driver. But if the injury lasts longer than that, then the replacement driver will get his or her own points. 45 car, Also open the Gillette Lexus. This car is open, and well, Seth Cole used to drive this car, so well, let's see. 47 car also still open, the Monroe Mazda. Of course, are there only 2 Mazda? No, there are 3 Mazdas, of course. So this car is still open. The number 49 car, the Epson Akira, this car is also still open. Then we got the number 51 car, the first of the Appius, Sanne Kors. She's driving the Michael Kors Hyundai, so this car is not open. She'll have a second paint scheme, even a third paint scheme, with a sponsoring from her job. So that's Sanne Kors in the 51. The 52 car, the AT&T Volkswagen, is still open. So if you want to have this car, it's open. And the 54 car, BenQ Dodge, this car is also still open. So yeah. Then we got the number 57 car, also a new paint scheme for Jackson Brown. This car is taken, so Jackson Brown, a new paint scheme, and this one as well. It's not new, but well, small changes with the new top-notch designs logo. Then we got the number 59 car, the Tequila Patron Jaguar. This car is also open. Not very popular. I haven't seen it on track yet, but it is open. I still like this car, so please give it a shot. Number 62 car, this car is also taken by Joseph Onesto himself. So Joseph Onesto in his new paint scheme. Also this paint scheme, and especially this particular one, I really like. Small changes as well with the new top-notch designs logo. This car taken. We got the number 64 car. This car is open. And I'm particularly looking at Justin Yeat, the team owner, because, well, he has already announced that he would like to have this car, the Belkin Mercedes. Well, he always has the 64, 65, 66, somewhere around the range. 66, now Jason Sinclair, 64 is open, so expect Jason Sinclair, Isis Sinclair or Justin Yeat to be in this car. The 66 car is taken by Jason Sinclair, and look what I've done. I changed it a little bit. Justin Yi said in the comments, well, you know, as you don't like the 66 that much, which it was true, I would say maybe try changing the hood, making the hood blue and the numbers blue. And I thought, well, there might not be a bad idea after all. Let's do it. And I changed it, and it worked. Honestly, it does look a lot better. Only the numbers changing looked already better, but the hood changing gives it something special. And I wasn't particularly sure. I don't really like these partial, like one part of is a car is this color, and the hood is this color, decklet this color. Well, decklet and roof are always different, but I do like this car, but it's taken by Jason Sinclair, of course. So 67 car is taken by Debbie Meijers, so also not available. Matmut Volvo and the Martini Volvo are going to be her cars for next season. Season 8. We got the number 68 car. This car is also available still. But it's, of course, Movistar Telefonica, also based on the cycling team. This team has announced that they would like to have a Spanish driver, but of course every driver is welcome. It's not like the S&P Racing that really Spanish driver is like, well, very obvious, but well, they would say a Spanish driver is, well, it's great to have a Spanish driver. It's not preferable, but it's great to have one. But everybody is welcome, so let's see if somebody will take the 68 car for once, because nobody has ever driven this car. So, we got the number 70 car, the Jack Daniels Jack. Yes, indeed, the Jack Daniels Jack. This car is also still open, and with the Jaguar on, instead of the Nissan Altima, I really like this car. So this one as well, both you will get if you take the 70 car. The Jack Daniels Jack and a Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey Jack. You can have both. It's still open. The 72 car is taken. So John Cittadino will be driving this Camaro together with this one, the Gravity Falls Camaro. Both are taken by John Cittadino. We got the number 73 car, the Etihad Jaguar. So another Jaguar. There are 3 Jaguars, my goodness, and nobody has ever driven one. Mindless. I mean, it is a Jaguar. Come on. Godly. The thing is, this is a car that they have said that they would like to have a Arabic driver. That's preferable. It's not great to have, but what is preferable? You get the difference. So preferable is a little bit more liking than great to have. Whatever. So it's preferred to have a Arabic driver in this car, but of course they said everybody is welcome to drive this Etihad Jaguar, and they would they would prefer to have somebody in, even if the person is not Arabic at all. They would prefer that over no car driving at all. So, car is open. We got the number 76 car. This car is taken. Harry Hills is driving this car, and for some reason it feels a little bit strange having Harry Hills in this car. It's like having Carl Edwards in a Toyota Camry. It just feels a little bit odd. I don't know why, but but the thing is, Harry Hills is driving this car, so that's fine, totally fine. Harry Hills, this car is taken, and the 77 car is also taken. Denise Steinhauer is going to be driving this car, as well as this car and this car. So Daily France, where she works, which might not be for a very long time anymore, actually, but these three cars are all taken. Number 81 car is also taken. Surprise! Daniel Voyles is back behind the wheel. So Daniel Voyles has decided to sign himself up instead of wait for 3 more days to get somebody else to drive his car. Of course, it would have been possible because there was only one person who would have taken it, but that person was also not a reserve. Didn't have a reserve spot, so would have been for him anyways. So Daniel Voyles, this car is taken. Then we got the number 82 car, also available, the Heineken Tesla. We got the number 83 car, the Microsoft or the Xbox Microsoft Peugeot 508. This car is also still available. We got the number 85 car, the Denise. This used to be Denise van Leeuwen's car, but now it's of course open. The Aizat Citroen. I hear a plane or a helicopter. There was like an army helicopter circling around this house, which was a little bit creepy, but or over this house. It is a helicopter actually, but the 85 car is open. The 87 car is also still open, so the Petronas Tesla. Then we got the number 88 car, the Ahold Bentley is still open. We got the number 90 car, the Wilson Security Seat, and the number 91 Wilson Security Seat. Both cars are preferred to have Australian drivers. So the team have said, of course everybody is welcome, but we would prefer to have a Australian driver or 2 Australian drivers. And I'm immediately looking at Zachary Fitzwater and Henrietta Fitzwater. So that's also why I would like you. For instance, I don't know if Zachary and Henrietta, if they are Australian or not. I'm not 100% sure. Aiden Thomas, for example, also somehow or suddenly appeared to be Australian. So that's the reason why I say, please let me know what nationality your drivers are, because I am clueless, and I would like to know that because it's just a fun fact about your driver. So that also let me know. And still, Zachary. If you want to have this car and this car, please let me know. If I'm right that you guys are Australian. So the 93 car is open. This is the IAC Citroen. Not my favorite car, and will never be probably. I mean, the 66 car has improved, but this car, whatever. I don't really care about it anyways. 94 car is also still open. The Vita 1 and the Hunkemuller BMWs, there's the other one. Both cars you will get if you take this car. The 97 car is open. The ING Skoda. Then we got the number 99 car. This car is taken. Still love this paint scheme. Luke Walker will drive the Pepsi Peugeot. So this car is not available. Then we got the 117 car here, as announced earlier, the GoPro Maserati. This car is open. Then we got the number 222, and this car has 4 paint schemes, most paint schemes together with the 43 car. And here we have Juan Pablo Montoya's Penske scheme, the number 22 Will Powers paint scheme, the number 222 Shell paint scheme from Helio Castroneves, and the 222 Penske truck rental paint scheme, Simon Pagenaud. So, what I want to say. These cars, of course, are all inspired from the Indy cars. They are available, so if you want to drive for Penske, this is your chance. Then we got the number 256. This car is taken by Ray Takita. It is a weird looking car, but, well, probably gonna look a little bit hideous on the racetrack, but oh well, we'll see. Performance is everything, so. We got the number 500, the Tic Tac Fiat is still available at the 787 Ethics Quickstep Skoda. This car is, Ethics Quickstep is a Belgian cycling team, so they also would prefer to have a Belgian driver, just like the other ones. Everybody is welcome, but they would prefer to have a Belgian driver. So if you have a Belgian driver, this is your car, I would say. And that was it. So how long did it take me? 30 minutes. Damn it. Still long. Sorry about that, but well, this one hopefully is gonna be gonna go a little bit easier. And just showing the cars takes just so much time. It took me 20 minutes, but there are 67 cars or something, and most cars do have a little story. So if you still don't have 3 drivers yet per team, you can sign up. Everybody can sign up. No customs, no other cars. Only these cars in this video are available. If you do want to make a custom, then you still have to choose one of these cars, and that will be your primary paint scheme. And then you can paint a secondary paint scheme yourself. Ask me for the template, number, and the manufacturer has to be the same. So, well, that's pretty much everything you need to know. If you still have any questions, let me know. And, well, good luck signing up, and I will see you then, hopefully in the Dascar Phillips Cup Series Season 8.